Welcome back here, everybody, to Inside the Vandals. Joining me now is Idaho women's coach John Newley, a very happy women's coach. 2 wins here on the road, John, against Texas State and UTSA. Let's start off Thursday against Texas State. You guys get the 72-60 win down there in San Marcos. 5 players in double figures. Just talk about the overall team performance here and getting that win.
Well, you know, it was a total team effort, Madison. I thought defensively we really did a great job of shutting everybody but Ford down, you know, leading scorer in the league. And we knew she was going to score some points, but, you know, our key was keeping everybody else down. And I thought from a defensive end, we really locked it down great and shared the basketball, had people in double figures. And really, like I said, just an overall team effort, I thought, to get the win.
You talk about Diamond Ford there. She is the WAC's leading scorer, the nation's 11th leading scorer at 21 points per game. Had 25 against the Vandals in this one, you mentioned. Sometimes scorers are just going to score in situations like that. But the 5 Vandals in double figures, it was led by junior post Alyssa Charleston, 14 points, 17 rebounds for Idaho. And then also sophomore point guard coming off the bench, Chrissy Carr, 10 points and 7 assists. She's someone who's maybe struggled in games past, really had an explosive game against Texas State.
Yeah, I thought Chrissy came off the bench and really jump-started our offense. You know, we were a little stagnant to start the game offensively, and she came in, got everybody moving, got up and down the floor, got our transition game going, made some great passes early on, hit a couple of shots, and I thought really sparked us.
Arguably the best defensive effort of any 2-game stretch, let alone this one. You guys allowed Texas State to shoot 29% from the floor in this one. You talk about the team effort, John. Just go over really how the team effort has improved game to game through the season.
Well, I think everybody's starting to trust each other defensively, knowing that, you know, they got to do their job, but they got to trust that their teammate's going to help them out when they get beat off the drive, or we got rotations going. And right now, everybody's believing in that, believing in the system that we're playing, and you see the results out there. You know, I think, you know, from a rebounding standpoint as well, we finally got back to getting on the glass, and that really helped us.
And maybe one other key stat here, 12 turnovers against Texas State. Now, that's a number maybe higher than what you would want still, but 12 is a lower number than what we've seen this season, about 6 lower than the team average. Now we move to Saturday, John, and we head down to San Antonio, play University of Texas. San Antonio, the Roadrunners, coming off the biggest win of the year for them, or maybe any WAC team, beating Seattle University by 10 points, Seattle's first WAC loss of the season. You guys go in there and get a 64-45 win, dominate on the glass, dominate defensively. Talk about the effort in that game.
Yeah, I think that was definitely our best defensive effort of the year, without a doubt. Executed the game plan to perfection, you know. I thought we came in with a great plan and we followed it. You know, they play a lot of players, and it's sometimes hard with that big of a scout to focus on individuals. So we just went for the total team effort, and everybody did their job, got on the glass, rebounded well, and you saw the result.
13 players for UTSA played in that game. 1 or 2, I guess you could you could say there. And you talk about the team effort there, John. 13 team blocks in that one for the Vandals. 5 for freshman Allie Ford, 5 for Alyssa Charleston, 2 for Jessica Graham, and 1 for Christina Salvatore there. Also, UTSA shot 27% from the floor and a plus 22 rebounding margin. He also had some scores in that game, and we'll start with the senior post, Jess Graham. And she's not someone who's really a scorer. She's even said herself doesn't quite, you know, get as many buckets as she'd like. 3 of 4 from deep in that game.
Yeah, you know, their game plan was to leave Allie open out there on the perimeter, and Jess really made them pay. You know, she had the rainbow 3 going, that's for sure. And you know, we weren't surprised. We know she can make it if she's wide open like she was. I'm sure they were, because you know, she did a great job of converting on that. And like you said, everyone else really chipped in and did a great job. Alyssa was her usual, you know, solid self. Efficient from the floor, I think 5 for 10 from the field, and hit some good threes. Christina, you know, contributing. Without Stacy being 100%, you know, we needed some other guards to come in and step up, and I thought they did as a group.
So now, John, just like we did with men's coach Don Verlin, it is mid-season here in the WAC. 9 games gone, 9 games left. Overall grade here so far in conference.
Overall grade, huh? Well, I think, you know, we're probably at a B right now for us. I think, you know, we've given away games at home with big leads that shouldn't have happened. And, you know, you take those games away, man, we're right there up next to Seattle and Utah State. So I'm a little disappointed in our home efforts. I love the way we played on the road. We've really come together on the road as a team and like I said, trusted each other and played together and shared the basketball. and got on the glass and then got a toughness that we saw at UTSA that we certainly didn't have earlier this year. So I think our freshmen are starting to grow up and understand it's going to be a physical game inside. Alyssa and Jess have known that from the start. Alyssa's getting used to the pounding, and I think so I would give us a B right now. We are still a work in progress.
And then I guess maybe the freshmen make this next question a little more difficult. Offensive Player of the Year, defensive, and most improved 9 games down.
Our offensive player of the year right now would be Alyssa. You know, she's been consistent from the start, and like I said, I still think she needs more touches, more shots. Defensively, it's been Connie, without a doubt. You know, she's guarded the best scorer almost all year long for us. Done a fantastic job of one-on-one defense for us. And I can't remember what was the last one?
Most
category?
Improved. Most improved.
Most improved. I think the freshmen as a group. You know, I'd have to give them all. You know, Christina, Allie, Connie. They've really stepped up and gotten so much better since October. You know, I'm really, really happy with the progress that class has made.
So now, John, we move into the second half of the WAC with a bit of a revenge game, to say the least. And it's a game against Utah State down in Logan, Utah on Thursday. 16-point lead for you guys here in the Spectrum against the Aggies. Just couldn't close that one out, end up losing. How do you get back down there in the, down in Logan and getting the win against them?
Well, you know, we'll take the positives we did, because offensively we played pretty well. We had some bad turnovers, I think, and shot selection down the stretch that cost us the lead. But overall, you know, I think we had 85 points and shot the ball extremely well, 15 threes, you know, and had some good looks. Defensively, we're going to have to tighten it up. You know, they had 91 points. Christensen went off on us. Maybe we'll try to do a couple of different things with her, I think, Schlott as well. But we let them have some wide open looks that we can't let them have down at their place. So I think defensively we're going to have to tighten it up. We're going to have to get on the glass and do a good job rebounding and see what happens.
And then finally here at the end of this 4-game road stretch is San Jose State. And San Jose State is a team that has struggled at times here in the WAC. You guys are able to get a good win against them here in the Cowan Spectrum. But when they're at home, they're a different team down in the Event Center, namely a 103-80 win against Utah State. What makes them so different at home?
Well, you know, I think it's a hard place to shoot down there. It seems to be for our teams that have taken, that we've gone in there over the last, 4 years. I think teams have struggled offensively against them. It kind of gets their defense going. I think they get pumped up at home. I think they do a good job of getting out in lanes and getting in transition. You see the scores: 103 against Utah State, 98 against Texas State.
Yeah.
You know, so they're putting up huge points at home, and I think it's their defense gets into their transition game, and that's what they want to do, is spread the floor, get everybody running. I think our goal is to get them in a half-court game from a defensive standpoint, but still get out and run ourselves, because against their press and their trap, I feel like we're going to get great looks, but we have to have good shot selection, and we got to get some offensive rebounding out there.
All right, John. Well, good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you again next week. Hopefully, 2 more wins to speak of. Right now, the Idaho Vandal women's basketball team 6-3 in conference, alone in 3rd place. Let's see if that bumps up to 2nd. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, Madison.
Thanks for watching Inside the Vandals, everybody. Make sure you tune in, same place, same time next week when we catch up with Idaho men's coach Don Verlin and women's coach John Newley once again and see how they did this weekend against Utah State and San Jose State. Also want to remind you to keep up with us on Facebook at facebook.com/InsideTheVandals and on Twitter at twitter.com/VandalInsider. I'm Madison McCord. Have a great week. Go Vandals.